Welcome back to my world of chaos. Do you have your little rubber? One of these, I think they're putty rubbers. And they roll into a ball and they're very, very good. They take off the graphite when you're drawing, but don't smudge. They just remove, provided you don't gouge great holes in your paper, grooves. But in being round, it rolls onto the floor or rolls away and I can't find it. So I bought this one as a backup. Then I couldn't find this. Ah dear, so there it is. Remind me, I'll put it in there. Oh, in that drawer, which you can't see. Right, okay, now I did this as a last demonstration, loosely based on one of Ron Ranson's paintings. I'm sure he won't mind all the publicity, but there's some rocks on one side and some rocks in the street. Just a pot boiler really. Bit of distance, but I'm going to make up a scene showing some rocks on both sides. And have the water coming round. So this is mostly a rock painting using cards, plastic cards. Now because I keep mislaying my cards, I've got a handful of them here, look. There they are. Loads of them, they're all on there. And when they run out, I've got others backing up somewhere that I don't know. Look, this is the mess I work in. Look, that's my sort of table cup of tea. Look, brushes. Look, pliers, brushing mess. I've never really been a tidy person. Right, okay, so let's wet the paper all over, use your palette. I'm not going to go over it, you know what it is. Nearly 500 videos. This actually is I think number 497. But I don't think I'm going to crack the 500 today. Oop, I need to put those clips back on there. Let's get it nice and damp. The paper though is Fabriano. Nice paper for this. It's inexpensive in Granthams. Treat yourself to a block of 100 sheets of it, 15 inches by 11. It's cheap enough to not worry about getting quite a few casualties. And you can always paint on the other side. I do that a lot. I do some of the demos that I've done over the last 18 months. They're not all good in reality, and I paint on the backs of them. And if that fails, they will be my surface for acrylics. As and when I get back to doing the acrylics. But I'm enjoying doing all this. So we'll put in a nice, good sienna background. But I'm going to leave the water for the moment, just over the rocks. A bit of lemon yellow. So that'll be our background. And into that, the paper's grown, so I'll just give that a bit of a re-clip. And I'll go in with some nice background colours. Nice greens. Bit of blue in the background. And then we'll bit of nice strength. I'm not using Payne's Grey. We'll put in, the water is coming down there. So this is a bit of, so just put in a bit of background and a bit more blue. Right, okay. Now I'm just going to lift down a little bit of the pigment, just to show a little bit of light coming through. Right, now I'll flick out just some background no more than that, and when that dries I'll put in some stronger trees. Right, I want that to dry, so I'm going to just give it a bit of a blow with the hairdryer. Headphones off if you're listening with headphones. So you've got to work quite fast because I'm going to put in some of those rocks now. So a good grey is ultramarine and night red. I get a lot of colour in there as well. I've got some of the colour on my fingers, so I'm just ringing the changes with the colours in this. Nice blue. Now I'm going to scrape this. See all the colours, just get into those rocks. So when you scrape, some of the underlying colours will show in the dark. And then I'll scrape those while I'm at it. One in there. Quite thick paint for this. Right, okay. Show some strata and that's in the shadow there. From over here. So I'll be a bit creative with these rocks. Okay. Right, that'll do for that side. Now we'll go on to the other side and do those slightly different if we can. Blue there. Right, card. Just scrape some out of there. You can see that. Just scraping up the lights from there. Now we can. Then I can drag or dry brush over some of this afterwards. Okay. Now we can put in some bluer sort of bits of showing through card. So that's where the water's going to come down, so we'll put in some nice bigger rocks down here in the foreground. Right, that should do. We'll have the water tumbling in and around that. Now I'm scraping up to the edge of my paint there, otherwise it looks as if I'm putting an outline around it. Okay. Right, now we're going to texture into the background now. I've got enough on the rocks. You can see how quick it all is, and we are not so romancing with this hake. So I'm sure you won't mind me and others basing some of our paintings on some of the stuff that he blazed the trail for. Now, Ricker. Oh, we'll just get in some harder, bluer, greeny. Oh, I'm going to go over this with some heavier stuff. Some foliage and similar to what I did in the last one. Got some bluer ones. I don't want to do too much here. Just to give an impression that there are trees in the background here. Put in a bit of colour in there. Not that colour, that's mud. It's horrible mud. Clean, clean, clean. I don't know if I'll do any more today after this one. I might leave football commentary today, so I hope, on my team. Just to put in some bit of red in there, mixing up a bit of green just to detail in there. So as I work on this, on my colours, they soften. Okay, that'll do for that. Oh, I wish I brought a cup of tea up with me, to enjoy it. The weather has really changed. Now autumn's hit us with a wallop. We've had a lovely September. Right, let's put in some nice tree greens. Red, blue, yellow, water, yellow, good strong greens. Get that over the over there. Got some stronger yellowy greens. I'm never ever really convinced with Payne's Grey. It's got its uses, but you can overuse, of course. And that's where we want the depth. A dark greeny. That coming in there, coming over there. With the shadow in there. Right, and while that's wet, I'm just going to scrape out a couple of I won't do too much of that. And then we go on the other side with similar red, burnt umber, all lovely colours, just making some nice greens. Get that coming over there, dark there. So blue and yellow are good to make your greens, but if you add some of that light red with it as well, you get a different range of greens. Oh. Now we want this dark shadow here. Red and blue, bit of yellow. Right, very dry my paint now. But that's what I want. In there, just get that, some of that coming over. Okay. I need some really good strong darks now in under that tree on the right, in there. So that's the shadow being cast over that. And no, don't like that. Put that paint back in there. Okay, look at the lovely rich colours. I'll get some over there, some shadow over there. And then with a bit of stronger greens over here. Right, now all we've got to do is worry about the water, isn't it? Put a few twigs and branches in there in due course. I'll put my light on. It's got very dark. I don't know if that light will make a lot of difference, but I hope it does. Now I'm going to dry this off now, so headphones off. I need to put something in there, I think. And I'm going to clean my palette, get rid of some of the colours on it. Oh, it's great fun, this, isn't it? When it goes well. But this is definitely not copying anything. I'm just making it up from the previous one. improvising. But copy my stuff. Just put your signature on it. I don't mind. Right, nice clean palette. There we are. Not nice clean paints. Now where's my brush? Where's my hank? Where's my hank? There it is. So nice and clean. And so we want some greens, and some light bluey greens. Fairly faint on the background here. Now we've got the shadow from those big rocks now. Down there. I'll try and show the shadows or the reflections of those dark rocks there. And here we've just got some nice, nothing flowing around here, well down there. That's just water there, so there we are. Not a great deal of blue. Well, that's the best I can do with that, I think, for the moment. Just while we let that dry off, there might be a bit of dry brush here and there. I just want to do some with some dark paint, so I've got a lot of water on there. Just want to put in some dark. Just a hint of things going on there. Okay, I'll do that. Now, just a little bit of dry brush in here, I think, some nice greeny. Just filling a bit of brushy stuff here. Emphasise that area of light. Alright, I'm just going to dry the water. Now we want some darker, bit of darker stuff over there. It's a bit of shorthand, isn't it, really? But Alright, let's get some dry brush over the rocks now. That's supposed to be a rock in there, but it seems to be lost a bit. Right, okay. Right, we'll just put in a bit of rocky stuff over here on the blue side. And we'll just some rocks there. That'll do. I'll sign it and we'll put it in a amount now. Get that there. Oh, what's it like in that one? No, especially the blue one, isn't it? I reckon that just needs to go up a little bit, the usual problem. Let's get it up just at about a quarter of an inch. Just, yeah, it's gone too high now. Well, somewhere like that. That's probably better where it was, isn't it? Right, there, go that. Okay, so there we are, we've got a tumbling stream again. Rocks, as best as I can do them at the moment. I'm not really good at this yet, that dry brushing. I tried to put some of the reflections of the rock in the broken water just as a dark, really. No, I think any more than that would ruin it. So let's go in and have a look. So we've got the background. Let's go on to that, the right hand side. So we've got the foliage coming out of the rocks. And there, let's go around to there's the water tumbling through and the rocks. And then we've got similar on the on the left hand side, but much smaller. So it balances. You don't want to divide your picture into two halves. So there's the brightness coming through the wood. Oh, I'm not displeased with it. Let's just come around a bit with the... then I'll have the hunt for the rubber. Ooh. I don't know how that is there. Oh, that's better. Well, there we are, another tumbling stream in North Wales. The area, well, I went to Shropshire a couple of years ago and had a lovely trip. I can't remember the name of the river now, to my shame. It's got one of it's got the largest viaduct, or aqueduct, should I say, aqueduct, canal, the Monmouth, no, it's not the Monmouth, I can't remember for the moment, but it was very beautiful, the tumbly river in the gorge below, and this long canal aqueduct, just superb, by Telford in the 19th century, stood up all that time. It's just a big trough going across the gorge, and this sort of landscape is the sort of view would be that type of scene in North Wales on the border, the Welsh mountains, very, very lovely. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.